All right, good evening. I call the October 8th, 2025 public information session to order at 7 p.m. Let's start with roll call. Councillor Bailey.
Here.
Councillor Hurst.
Present.
Councillor Spillis.
Present.
Councillor Goode. Is there any disclosure of conflict of interest? Purpose of this public information session is to inform and provide the public with the opportunity to ask questions or to express views with respect to a development proposal. Councilors are here to observe and listen to your comments. However, they will not make any decisions this evening. Township requests that you please notify by email planning at, we gotta change that. There's too many plannings at planning. So email planning@planning.ca or by phone at 519-763-1226 extension 4. If you wish to be on record and would like to be notified of future hearings and decisions regarding this application. Please note the session is video and audio recorded and all electronic sessions are uploaded to the municipality's YouTube page. By attending this session in person or by registering to participate in the session by electronic means, you are consenting to have your likeness and comments recorded and posted on YouTube. Please note, in accordance with amendments to the Planning Act through Bill 185, following parties may appeal this application to the Ontario Land Tribunal for a hearing. The applicant, specified person, public body, registered owner of the property to which the bylaw will apply, and the minister. Please note that if a specified person or public body does not make oral submissions at a public session or written submissions to the Township of Puslinch before the decision is made, specified person or public body is not entitled to appeal the decision of the Township of Puslinch to the Ontario Land Tribunal. In addition, if a specified person or public body does not make an oral submission at a public session or make written comments to the Township of Puslinch before the decision is made, person or public body may not be added as a party to the hearing of an appeal before the Ontario Land Tribunal unless, in the opinion of the board, there are reasonable grounds to do so. You may wish to talk to the township staff regarding further information on the appeal process. Format of this public session is as follows. The applicant or agent will present the purpose and details of the application and any further relevant information. Following this, the public can obtain clarification, ask questions, and express their views on the proposal. Members of the public are permitted 10 minutes each to ask questions and express their views. This time limit is imposed to provide each member of the public an opportunity to speak. Council will then have an opportunity to ask any clarification questions. The applicant and the township's planning consultants will attempt to answer questions or respond to concerns this evening. This is not possible. The applicant and or staff will follow up and obtain this information. Responses will be provided when this matter is brought forward and evaluated by council at a later date. This public session involves an application by Audrey Meadows Ltd, zoning bylaw application D14-AUD, part of lots 17, 18, and 19, Township of Puslinch, County of Wellington. Purpose and effect of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment is to amend the Township of Puslinch new comprehensive zoning bylaw 23-2018 to facilitate the development of a residential subdivision consisting of 22 single detached dwelling lots described as Audrey Meadows Phase 2. I'll now hand it over to Rob for your presentation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of council, staff, members of the public. My name's Rob Stovall. I'm here on behalf of Audrey Meadows Limited, and I'm joined by Derek Good, one of the owners, and also in the gallery is Matt Good, and Paul Ziegler from Triton Engineering is with us in case there's an engineering related question. And I think I saw that Andrew Petney, our hydrogeologist, was also, so if there's a water related question, he might be able to answer it. And like you said, if we're not able to provide an answer today, we'll do our best to get back to staff to report back to Mr. Mayor and the council. So the purpose of tonight's session is to provide background on the application and present updates on the technical studies that have happened since 2022. So the first thing that I'd like to do, we've got the map up for the location. So the site is directly north of the existing Audrey Meadows development. We call it Phase 2. The entrance is a couple hundred meters north of where Old Ruby Lane is. And again, the site is just, I would say, to the west of Victoria Road and South Maltby. Earlier this year, the County of Wellington approved OPA 122. If you could just move to that one. So basically what OPA 122 did was it approved a country residential designation on the site. There's a schedule there that shows that what the lands are affected by the yeah, so it's a smaller area of the total holdings of Audrey Meadows. It's about 29 acres in size. And this amendment allows for the logical expansion of the existing Audrey Meadows development. So with the approval of OPA 122, Audrey Meadows is now working diligently for the next stages, and the next application up is the zoning bylaw amendment. And following that, there'll be a draft plan of subdivision and a subdivision agreement that would be required. And the draft plan of subdivision will set out the details of lot fabric and other details within the proposed development. So if we could go to the zoning amendment. The zoning amendment implements OPA 122, and it proposes to rezone the site from agriculture to rural residential, and there'll be a holding provision included in the zone. And the holding provision is a mechanism to ensure that township council is satisfied with the details in the subdivision design, financial matters, and the subdivision agreement. The proposed residential zone is very similar to what was for the existing Audrey Meadows development. The only difference would be that the lots are slightly smaller. Instead of 0.4 of a hectare, they're 0.3 of a hectare. So instead of 1 acre, they're 3/4 of an acre. The remaining zoning provisions are basically the same: 20-meter frontage, maximum lot coverage of 40%, maximum building height of 11, maximum landscape open space of 30%. And we're looking forward to move forward with the details on that at the next stage. So in terms of the technical studies that have happened since, well, maybe I should refer to the zoning schedule. If we just flip past there a couple more pages, it would show the lands that, yeah, right there. Yeah, so it's just that's where the zoning applies to, and then it directly relates to the Fisher Plan Amendment schedule. So the studies that have been completed since 2022 is we had an archaeological study completed by Lincoln Environmental. And the findings of that are basically that there are no significant archaeological resources found on the site. And there was a recommendation that Lincoln provided that should something be found, these are the measures that have to be implemented. And those recommendations would be set out in the conditions of draft plan approval. So the next study that was completed was well, I call it a hydrogeological study, but it was referred to as a water supply and nitrate loading assessment. And that was completed by Andrew Penny, who, like I said before, is on the line with us. So this map shows the wells on the site, and basically 3 wells were pumped on the site. The pumping rates and the time was consistent with the Ministry of Environment requirements. The wells were drilled to bedrock, and the study confirmed that there's a safe and reliable supply of water for the proposed development. And also all new homes are to be using a tertiary treatment system, which is I would say standard practice for the township for new lots, new developments. So private drilled wells, private septic systems with tertiary treatment. So the other thing that we're working on, and this is where our friend Paul Ziegler comes into play, is surface drainage and infiltration. So there's an infiltration area that exists, it's mapped out, it exists in the southeast part of our proposed site. It was basically north of lots 1, 2, and 3 of the existing development. And the infiltration area it needs to be approved. And the stormwater management and work that Triton Engineering is going to complete will help to approve that and remediate any water related, surface water related issues that occur within that area. So I would say in the area of lots 1, 2, 3, and likely lot 4, the rear lots of those areas, the water table is high, the surface water table is high in that area. And I would say that the stormwater management plan that's going to be prepared is for this next development will help fix up those problems. So unless there are any technical questions that council would like to ask me now, I would say that it's probably important for me to sit back and listen to the feedback from the public and try to, if I can't answer the questions now, we'll write it down and we'll get back to council to report back to you. So again, on behalf of Audrey Meadows, we'd like to thank you for arranging the meeting, and we hope that the summary is helpful for you, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rob. So if there's any members in the public that want to speak, please state your name and your address for the record. Your opportunity is now. No, no. Is there anybody online?
So for the member of the public who has called in online, we have given you the opportunity to speak. As the chair has stated, if you could state your name and address for the public record, if you'd like to provide a comment, or if you could just let us know if you would not like to provide a comment tonight, that'd be helpful.
I'm thinking prompt.
I've given you a prompt to unmute if you're able to follow the directions.
If they're ready to do, we can also provide a written response back to you.
It's still muted or? Can you hear us?
Just seems this turn volume.
If you can hear us, if you sit and make your public comment, if you can just let us know, otherwise, I'll let you go. If you do have a comment to submit, if you would like to submit to planning@crestledge.ca, we can follow up directly with the proponent and provide a response to your question if you do have one. Thank you so much for attending.
Chance to move the gallery. Any questions from council?
I just have a question. This is going back from 2021, but I see in the package that we received, there was a document from the Audrey Meadows Neighborhood Group. And I guess it doesn't look like it was sent to the proponent, but sent to the township. But I'm just wanting to make sure that this got relayed and that they were given a response. Do we know if that got sent on?
Sorry, which one?
It was dated September 13th. And it's from the Audrey Meadows Neighborhood Group.
Very sure, I believe all correspondence would have been sent on at the time that it was received, but staff can certainly ensure that this has been shared and we can connect with the proponent to ensure it's been
Just to make sure they
responded to.
yeah. Maybe we're going back a while, but they spent the time to send it in, so I still make sure they got a response.
You just, maybe just to build on Councillor Bailey's comment. So to my understanding, the only feedback from the public has been, there was 2 letters submitted in 2021. Has there been any feedback since that time? Part of the public consultation, like I know we've seen lots from the consultant groups, but I'm curious if any other members of the public have shared anything beyond what was in the briefing note.
So through you, Mr. Chair, there was so the statutory public information meeting was held, bear with me, on May 25th, 2022. So there would have been an opportunity for the public to share comments at that point in time. And then I believe RCO had some informal discussion.
There was some informal discussions with residents, but nothing in writing, over the phone, inquiring about the status, sort of wanting to know the process and that sort of thing. There was some concerns raised by the same resident around the drainage, but again, nothing in writing.
So the concern raised was flooding across the road on the existing part of the Audrey Meadows subdivision. And I believe, Rob, you spoke to some improvements for the infiltration. For council's indulgence, do you have more details on, there's been mention of berming and capturing the water, and stormwater management pond will be the back of the property. Do you have more high-ish level details on that improvement too?
Mr. Mayor, this is the reason why I brought Paul Ziegler.
The water guy. All right, well, Paul, may I invite you closer to the microphone, please?
Mr. Mayor, members of council, can I have the map up that shows the yes, that's perfect, thank you. So this was a recharge area that was identified during the first phase of the development. And we had to save that recharge area because recharge is an important part of the quality part of stormwater. But what happens if there's so much water that comes through here right now, but it does pond the backs of lots 2 and a bit on 3 and a bit on 4, I think.
Yeah.
And what happens is when it ponds here during heavy rains, it can't infiltrate, doesn't have the capacity to get the water in the ground. So what happens is it doesn't go to the houses, it goes down the swales and it goes out to the ditch. We've documented it, we've looked at it. So with phase 2, what we're hoping to do, this area in here will be our new storm facility. We did look at the back of the property as well. We've been doing test digs, trying to find suitable soils that will, help us with infiltration. But this area is still an infiltration area. It just needs a little help when we get the heavy rains. So our thought is with a new pond in this area, as part of phase two. It'll still be an infiltration area and it'll still do the, water quality that we're hoping it'll do. But when it fills up, we're gonna direct the water onto the ditch and down to the old, wetland area, which we refer to as the cow pond. That's there right now. So instead of going this way through people's properties and through the cow pond, it'll then be diverted down to the cow pond. So that's sort of the plan of attack, and that should get rid of that nuisance. I call it nuisance flooding. If I live there, I think it's more of a nuisance, but that's hopefully, that's sort of the plan of attack. Does that make sense?
Sure. I don't have a question on this, but just a general question. What's the timeline schedule wise for zoning approval submissions?
Sure, I might defer to our planner in terms of timeline for recommendation report.
I believe we're still working through technical comments. Like minor technical comments that I don't have the date right now, but we'll follow up.
Roughly end of the year,
I believe by the end of the year, yes.
in terms of questions to you, once you get to rezoning, when you think you'll start putting a shovel in the ground?
So we go, rezoning and we have to have the draft plan of subdivision, okay? At the draft plan of subdivision stage, it basically is when we dial in the lot lines, the lot fabric, so there's a fair bit of surveying work that needs to be done there. So I bet that process will take 4 to 6 months. And then, and I've told my client about this, is that we want to make sure that we get as much in front of council as we can. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get through the subdivision agreement. There's a lot of words in those, and commitments that are made in that. So I want to get to that as soon as we can in the new year to work through those details. So I think we'll be lucky to have shovels in the ground by next fall. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe 27, 27.
Or 26, 27, something like that. Okay.
All right, that's for any comments from the gallery. Council members, last chance. Councilor yours? No.
Well, it's good. I think I was curious in the public consultation piece. And I think that was satisfied with on.
I declare this public information session closed. Council will take no action on the proposal tonight. Staff will be reporting at a later date with a recommendation for council's consideration. If you wish to receive further notification of this proposal, please email or call planning@wilson's.ca or by phone 519-763-1226 extension 4. Contact township staff during regular business hours. Only those persons who leave their names will be provided further notification. If you wish to speak to the proposal when it is brought before the council in the future, you must register as a delegation with the municipal clerk prior to the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.